And I bet you thought it was over. Well, I lied. Welcome back, everybody, to Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. It's Wolf of Fallen, and I bet a lot of people wish that had ended at this point. But no, it
Snake, do you
continues.
remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Doesn't sound like
Terrorists blow a
Snake.
hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess.
That sounds like Roy Campbell.
Offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time, but in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEALs Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian
Dead Cell.
Army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group and they have the big shell under complete control. Interesting.
So there's our plot for the second half of the story. We are to go and free and take out these terrorists. Boom. Wow, what the hell is that? Well, that is us. Apparently we're good swimmers too.
Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Alpha, your top priority is to rescue and safeguard the President. Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and get those C4s disarmed.
Stillman, eh?
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
30 billion, holy crap, they're
What
insane.
makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the big shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
James Jonah
Unless the
Johnson.
demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil,
Fish.
toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history.
Oh no!
You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary.
Does this sound familiar to anybody? Crap, I went to the abyss.
You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
We're Skullman, that's who we are, we're Skullman.
Snake. I'm now
That is not you,
at
Snake.
A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
Yep. There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's
Someone
not
else.
possible.
What about
Hmm.
SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the big shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden.
Raiden.
All
Yay!
right, Raiden. You've already covered
We get to be the
infiltration
Thunder
and VR
God.
training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button.
Okay, you know what?
When we
No,
need to
I've been
reach
doing
you,
this for years. I know how to do
contact
this.
you. The codec will beep. When
You know
hear
what? I'll
that
beep you
noise,
right in the head.
Press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear.
Shut the hell up.
No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the big shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Alright,
Your
come
new
on.
sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far
we're
removed from
still
rubber,
going.
but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances.
So here's our
The
new
suit
sneaking
itself
suit.
has a wide array of
Sleek and
built-in
sexy.
Sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D.
And
Data
kinda
about
creepy at the same
damage to
time.
different regions of the
Whoa!
body, including blood loss,
That is a
exchanged between the
little
suit
too
and the
detailed for me.
intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Oh my god, that's
The
even
suit
more
applies
detailed.
varying
I
pressure
don't need to
major
see
internal
this.
organs to maximize performance and
Oh
safeguard their
my
functions.
god!
They call
There's
this
a
the
sock
skull
in there, I
suit,
know it.
Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
Anyways, can we get going already? Holy cow. This game is
The
like,
hatch with a
I think,
circular
2.5
handle open
hours
into
if you
the
just
elevator area.
play without doing any of the
Locate
cutscenes.
the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Damn straight. Alright, here we are at the submarine dock, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Ah, those are lice, lice. Get away. Cooties, cooties. Get away from the cooties. Alright, well, let's go over here. Ah, let's dive in. Alright, so first things first. Circle. Dive down. Ah, you're gonna talk to me again.
Got your feet wet? These are the basic controls for swimming. Stroke the water and move forward by pushing the punch button. Push it in rapid succession to swim faster.
Okay, you people gotta stop breaking
Change
the
your
fourth
heading
wall
with
here.
the left analog stick. Up
Or is it
will
fifth
take
wall?
you
I
up.
forget which one.
Down takes you lower. Left and right to
I
face
think in video
those
game terms,
directions.
it's the fifth wall.
The O2 gauge will appear under your life gauge while you're underwater. The gauge corresponds to the amount of air you can hold from a single deep breath. Once the O2 gauge falls to 0, the life gauge will start to drop. You need to be aware of that.
Yeah, I'm fully aware of this. But since we're wearing the skull mask, there we go. O2 gauge is like almost double our life gauge. God damn it. Ah, scary skulls. Let's look through. What the hell's that? Oh, whatever. Alright, well, let's climb up here and get on our way, shall we? I think there's rations in there if you want some. Okay, nothing in here. Stop opening the door, right in. You know what? Screw you. It's the Memos number 2. Alright, first thing we want to do is we want to flip over here, shimmy on over here, and flip over here, and we get our first item. The shaver. Well, technically I already got my first item, but we get a shaver. There we go. No, you dumbass. There we go. So yeah, people didn't take too well to Raiden, and I'm sure you'll figure out why after a while, but I mean, not really his fault. Character's a character. The M9 would be up here if you're playing on very easy. Hell? A lot of people didn't really take too much to Raiden. I didn't mind it so much. It didn't bother me that much. What bothered me is we have tons of these codec calls.
AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Galukovich man.
Galukovich.
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists.
They must have.
They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
Alright, well, whatever. I want to get going here. Stop. Get through the door, thank you. the hell is that? Oh god, seriously, another
There's
call.
definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get
Got
an
mad
ID,
skills.
But for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
Oh,
Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
then what?
Pull
This is
up
pretty
the
much how
map
we're
of
gonna
the
get the map
structure.
for the
That'll let
Soliton
you
radar.
activate the
They aren't just gonna
Soliton
hand it to
radar.
us. I think on
Soliton
very easy they
radar?
hand it to you,
True. That radar came
but
in useful
any
during
higher,
VR training.
it
A radar
does.
system uses biological magnetic
Oh
fields as
god,
input.
I don't need to hear
These
this.
estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports.
At least I got to
We need
move
get
this
the map
episode.
through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high. Should be colored blue. Each area has at least one.
How do I gain access?
Just push the action button in front
God damn
of
it,
the
stop
node.
breaking the fourth wall. Fifth wall, whatever.
The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
On God, mothers. Alright, finally I get to move. What do you want now?
Raiden, you won't be able to use any of the enemy's equipment.
Why
Ah,
not?
that's
You
unfair.
should know that all active weapons are equipped with a personal identification
Oh,
system.
god
The
damn it.
owner enters their required user ID.
Yeah, this whole thing
information
here
during the
kind of
weapon
comes into
registration or
play
at the start of a mission.
in the
If
fourth
anyone
game.
other than the registered user tries to fire the weapon, the ID system will not
It's a lot
authorize
more
the action.
But these are black
detailed
market
in
Russian
the
weapons.
fourth
How
game.
can they be equipped with identification functionality?
Because
must
they
have been
just are,
customized
and
by
an
the
excuse
terrorists
to not just let you
themselves.
pick up any
These are
weapon you want.
professionals we're dealing with, and they certainly won't let their own equipment be used against them.
I'm guessing
So if
it's
the
the
ID
same
is
for the Navy
locked,
SEALs gear?
Right.
does that mean I
How am
can't take
supposed
their
to procure
ammo either?
weapons then?
If
Find
the ammo's
ones that
locked in the
haven't yet
weapon?
been individualized. Everything you find in the item box is clean. You should know this from your VR training.
Yes, I know.
Okay, I know those.
Items in the item box are yours to use at will. They will be your supply source with regards to weaponry and gear.
Okay. Let's access this node finally. And we don't. It's a trap! God damn it, I gotta stop falling for traps. Seriously. No. No. Oh, okay. Oh, we'll put in a. Hmm? How the hell do I put in the name? Oops. Yes. Okay. E. Yes, male. Sure, why not? Nationality. Yeah, sure, okay. Here, we have downloaded it. And if for some reason you didn't set your options earlier, you can set them now.